Jason Sudeikis' former flame Keeley Hazell took a swipe at his ex Olivia Wilde following bombshell revelations about the long-term couple's split. On Monday, Wilde and Sudeikis' former nanny told Daily Mail that food had been at the center of their messy breakup, claiming that the heartbroken actor lay in front of a car to stop the actress from delivering her special salad to lover Harry Styles. As fans went wild speculating what exactly went into the special meal, Wilde, 38, sent the internet ablaze when she pointedly shared a recipe for salad dressing taken from an extract of Nora Ephron's novel Heartburn. Yet Hazell, 36, who dated Sudeikis, 47, last year, didn't seem impressed by the post, sharing her own extract from the same book on Thursday, but highlighting the text that talked about controlling the narrative and turning everything into a story. Heartburn, released in 1983, is an autobiographical book that details the author's divorce from her cheating ex-husband, famed journalist Carl Bernstein. Hazell's post initially seemed innocent, with the model annotating text that read, "Vera said, 'Why do you feel you have to turn everything into a story?' So I told her why, because if I tell the story I control the version. Because if I tell the story, I can make you laugh, and I would rather have you laugh at me than feel sorry for me. Because if I tell the story, it doesn't hurt as much. Because if I tell the story, I can get on with it." Just a few lines below the underlined text was the extract Olivia had shared just days before that featured the recipe for red wine vinaigrette dressing. Mail Online has contacted Hazell and Wilde's representatives for comment. Hazell, who is known for her career as a glamour model in the UK, enjoyed an on-off romance with Sudeikis last year that is thought to have healed the reported heartbreak the actor endured amid his split from fiancé of 7 years. They were first romantically linked in February 2021 but called things off for good in May this year. The pair first met in 2014 when she played a small role in Sudeikis' 2014 comedy flick Horrible Bosses 2 and he called on her to star in his hit Apple TV Plus series Ted Lasso in 2020. Sudeikis is believed to be single at the moment, while Wilde has been linked to Styles since 2020. Earlier this week the ex's former nanny told Daily Mail that Sudeikis was so devastated when he realized his fiancée had prepared her special salad dressing for the former One Direction member, that he lay under her vehicle in a desperate bid to prevent her from visiting the British superstar. The nanny's story sparked a flurry of speculation and intrigue on social media, where dozens of people called for Wilde to reveal the scandalous recipe to the world, while some questioned what kind of dressing would be worth such a dramatic response from Sudeikis. Wilde then addressed those questions head-on, by posting a page from Ephron's best-selling novel in which the author details how her character, Rachel, makes dinner for her husband, Mark, whom she teaches to make a recipe for vinaigrette. "I made bouillabaisse, and crème brûlée, and in between there was a salad," Ephron, the writer behind famed movie When Harry Met Sally, writes in the tome. "I taught Mark to make the vinaigrette. Mix 2 tablespoons Grey Poupon mustard with 2 tablespoons good red wine vinegar. Then, whisking constantly with a fork, slowly add 6 tablespoons olive oil, until the vinaigrette is thick and cream. This makes a very strong vinaigrette that's perfect for salad greens like arugula, sick, and watercress and endive." Her decision to share a page from the author's book seems to be about far more than simply offering up vinaigrette instructions to the world. While Heartburn was written as a novel and does not use Efren's real name, it is known to be based largely on the writer's marriage to and split from her journalist ex-husband Carl Bernstein, of Woodward and Bernstein fame, who cheated on her while she was pregnant with their child. Described as an inspired confection of adultery, revenge, group therapy, and pot roast, the book tells the story of food writer Rachel, based on Efron, and her marriage to political journalist Sam, based on Bernstein, who has an affair with a woman named Thelma Rice, who is based on Margaret J., the daughter of former British Prime Minister James Callaghan, with whom Bernstein had an illicit romance. Wilde has repeatedly denied that she was unfaithful to Sudeikis, telling Vanity Fair earlier this year, "The complete horse's tea idea that I left Jason for Harry is completely inaccurate." The former nanny for Wilde and Sudeikis' two children, Otis, 8, and Daisy, 6, told of how Wilde and Stiles were working closely together in October 2020 when she cast him in her film, Don't Worry Darling. Wilde began spending more time away from home citing work and eventually moved into the nearby $1,650 a night Paramore Estate Hotel in LA at the start of November 2020, telling her oblivious fiancé the move was due to a COVID outbreak on set. Days later on November 8, she reportedly dumped Sudeikis during a visit to the house they had previously shared. Sudeikis proposed to Wilde in 2013 after 3 years together with a diamond ring surrounded by a halo of emeralds. At the time, she said, "All they know is that it went through Paris around 1921. I love imagining the story of this ring. Who had it? It's a bit of an aqua emerald, not a deep dark green. Jason said it reminded him of my eyes, which is very sweet." Wilde was also reportedly discussing her marriage plans to Sudeikis as recently as October 2020, the former nanny added, just a month before leaving and well after she claims the marriage had already deteriorated. The nanny said she detailed plans to have Daisy act as flower girl during the ceremony. But that all changed after Wilde met Stiles and swiftly fell for the singer, with the nanny claiming she even appeared visibly giddy and giggly around him when she took Daisy to visit her on set. Olivia went on to defend herself, and I think she did it for Harry because she wanted Harry to think things were over for a long time, and they weren't, the nanny said. The nanny alleged the relationship between Wilde and Sudeikis was complicated even after she moved out of the family home and officially called things off, with Wilde going public with her relationship to Stiles just 5 days later. The two confirmed their romance on January 6 after they were snapped walking hand in hand at Jeffrey Azoff's wedding in Montecito, California. Earlier this week Wilde and Sudeikis accused their nanny of conducting an 18-month-long campaign of harassment against them after their former employee made series of claims which they blasted the nanny's false and scurrilous. They stated, "As parents, it is incredibly upsetting to learn that a former nanny of our 2 young children would choose to make such false and scurrilous accusations about us publicly." The exes have yet to comment on their former dog walker's claims after she spoke out about what she noticed in the weeks before the celebrity couple called it quits. In a hilarious essay published Thursday on Gawker, the anonymous dog walker described how her strolls with Gordon Sudeikis Wilde suddenly ceased as the couple's marital problems played out behind the scenes. She described how heartbroken she was when she realized the happiest mornings during COVID's depressing era came to an end. In the essay she penned that she was first hired to walk a dog named Gordon in the fall of 2020, expecting a nanny to bring the dog to her, but was surprised when she was confronted by the Ted Lasso star instead. Gordon was not just any Gordon, he was Gordon Sudeikis Wilde, the dog walker wrote, noting that she has encountered men like Jason Sudeikis many times. "I like to call them nice guy tie-dye guys," she explained. The style's counterculture origins have long faded, and now they announce the arrival of a man who may have never seen the end of a gravity bong. The dog walker started walking Gordon every other day for months, describing them as "my happiest mornings during COVID's most depressing drawn-out flop area," before she got a text reading, "No more Gordon walks. My structured, healthy mornings with Gordon were over, effective immediately," she wrote. "My beefy companion was gone. I would no longer share in his sweet, aloof presence of dismal pandemic mornings." The walker was never told why the walks had to end, only finding out recently that Gordon was reportedly rehomed as Wilde started spending more and more time with Stiles. She felt that Gordon was at best an afterthought to Sudeikis. The walker concluded her essay by saying she now understands why celebrities can immobilize us. To become a confidant to a god, however fleeting, is one of the most precious gifts this life can bestow upon us. To be in service to Jason Sudeikis, to placate him, comfort him, what an unmatched feat, she wrote, adding, "It was all Gordon ever wanted after all."